Hey people, John here from Fast Films, and today we're going through a 2014 drama romance movie called The Maid. The opening scene shows Jack, a teenager from America, in the backseat of a taxi. Getting to his destination, he pays the cabman and enters an apartment. Upon entering the apartment, he meets David, his father. Jack seems unhappy coming for the visit. David shows Jack to his room, but Jack isn't thrilled with the state of the room. David asks Jack why he hates him so much, but he receives no reply. Shortly afterward, David leaves. As soon as David leaves, Jack asks himself what he was doing here and brings out a bottle of whiskey. After taking a sip from the bottle, Jack lies down on the bed and takes a nap. The next morning, Jack takes a stroll through the compound. In the compound's garden, he sees Maria, his father's maid. Just then, David comes over and introduces Jack and Maria. After the introduction, David leaves, telling them he has an appointment. Maria goes into the house and gets Jack a drink. She then asks Jack how long he plans on staying. Just a few days, he replies. Maria then says Jack must be closer with his mother than his father. This infuriates Jack and he leaves immediately. Up next, Jack is seen in the room when Maria comes in. She apologizes for what she said earlier, but Jack ignores her and goes out with his camera. He takes a few pictures and puffs a cigarette moments later. Later that day, Maria comes to say goodbye, but Jack calls her back and apologizes for his behavior earlier. Jack then tells Maria his mother has passed away after she asks. Maria expresses her sympathy and the duo has a chat about his mother. Jack tells Maria he lost his mother when he was a baby. She died giving birth to him. After the discussion, Maria leaves. Jack is then seen lying down in his room when his father knocks. David asks Jack if he wants to go out and have dinner, but Jack shouts at him, telling David to leave him alone. The next day, Jack is taking pictures with his camera when Becky, a neighborhood girl, approaches him. Becky says Jack is new around here. Jack concurs and says he only came from America to visit his father here in England for a few days. Becky flirts with Jack, but he gives her no attention. Just then, Maria passes on her bicycle. On getting home, Jack takes pictures of Maria from afar without Maria knowing. Moments later, Jack and Maria talk inside the kitchen about his love life. Maria then asks if Jack and David spend time together, but Jack gets furious and walks out. Maria leaves the kitchen and comes out to talk to Jack. Jack tells her that he is not angry at her. Rather, he is angry at David. Jack tells Maria he is living with his uncle in America. During their discussion, Jack learns that Maria lost someone close to her too. Jack decides it's time they stop talking about depressing issues. Jack then asks how many years Maria has spent in England. Maria answers and adds that she stayed in Germany too. She further adds that she is fluent in French. Shortly, she leaves to check on what she's cooking. In the next scene, Maria and Jack having a meal together in the kitchen. Jack compliments her and she thanks him in French. Jack tells Maria that he's comfortable talking to her, and in return, Maria says she's always there for him. Later that day, while David is resting in the garden, Maria comes over and the duo chats. Just then, Jack shows Maria a picture of his mother. Maria compliments her, saying she's beautiful. Not long after, Maria asks Jack about his plans for his birthday. Jack replies saying he's not in the mood, and rushes off angrily. Maria calls after him, but he didn't answer. Moments later, Jack is taking a drink in his room when Maria walks in and asks him what was wrong. He then explains that he gets depressed anytime his birthday comes around because he feels guilty about his mom. Jack then asks who Maria lost, but she replies saying she doesn't want to talk about it. Jack convinces her that it's good to talk about issues like this. Just then, Maria stands up and walks to the window. Maria narrates how she got pregnant when she was almost the same age as Jack. Maria says her boyfriend then didn't want it and told her to terminate the baby, but she couldn't. Maria narrates further saying, her parents let her give birth to the baby. But after giving birth to the baby, who is a boy, they made her give the baby up for adoption. She says she hasn't forgiven them for what they did ever since. In tears, Maria says she hates herself for not standing up for her baby. Jack sympathizes with Maria and asks if she ever tried to find him, but she says no. Shortly, David comes in and informs Jack he has to go to Paris for a day. Jack gets furious and tells David he's never had time for him. David tells him that Maria will be around to keep him company. Later that night, Maria and Jack discuss in the living room about Jack's stepmom. Jack tells Maria that David is always going to work and doesn't have time for him. He tells Maria that David and his stepmom divorced last year. Just then, Maria tells Jack to give his dad another chance. Jack thanks her for her advice as they watch TV together. Jack is seen playing with himself in his room while looking at Maria's pictures. Maria gets acquainted with Jacob, her ex-boyfriend, who is a reporter. He tells her he's in the neighborhood to cover a story. Maria invites him in for a coffee. The two chat about what went wrong in their relationship while Jack listens from the other room. Jacob then confesses that he is still in love with Maria and begs her to think about a change of heart. The next day, Maria is preparing food in the kitchen when Jack comes in. Maria congratulates him on his birthday. Jack asks what Maria got him, but she says she didn't buy him anything. Just then, Maria asks him to tell her whatever he wants as long as it's not expensive, she will get it for him. Jack answers and says that he wants Maria. Maria, confused, says she doesn't understand him, but Jack reminds her that she promised him a birthday present. Maria reminds him that he's just a kid and it isn't right for him to be in love with her. Jack then reveals to Maria that he heard everything Jacob said to her the day before. Jack confesses to Maria that he loves her, but Maria tells him she was just being friendly with him and doesn't want to give him a wrong impression. Maria tells Jack that he's only feeling like this because he misses his mother. After a while, Jack goes to Maria and touches her, but Maria slaps him. Just then, the doorbell rings. Maria opens the door and finds Becky at the door. Becky asks for Jack, saying they have a date. Jack comes out and hugs Becky as they leave, making Maria jealous. While taking a walk, Becky flirts with Jack, but he doesn't seem interested in her, and after a while, he leaves her. On getting home, Jack goes to his bedroom and takes a sip from his bottle of whiskey. Leaving the room, he goes to the kitchen where he finds Maria crying. Jack challenges Marja that if she doesn't feel anything for him, why can't she just leave? Maria asks him what he wants from her. Jack says he wants her to love him like her son. Just then Maria hugs Jack tight. Moments later, she pushes him off and says what they are doing is wrong, but Jack says it doesn't feel wrong to him. Just then, the duo engages in a passionate romance, but Maria stops him again and runs out of the kitchen. Maria sits in the living room when Jack comes in and talks to her. Maria asks Jack about his love life. He tells her that he has never been in love with any girl except Maria. Maria tells him that the age difference between them makes it difficult for them to have a future together, but Jack gets angry and says it doesn't matter. After a while, she promises never to leave him. Jack tells her to prove it. Maria moves close to him and they make love. Once they are done, Maria talks to Jack about his father. She tells Jack to stop hating his father. Jack promises to make things right with his father before he leaves. The next scene shows Maria in the kitchen preparing some lemons when Jack comes from behind and holds her. Just then, David announces his arrival. David walks in and congratulates Jack on his birthday. He presents Jack with a gift. David then proposes that they all should go out for dinner later in the day, but Jack refuses. Maria offers to talk to him about it and David accepts. Maria goes into Jack's room and convinces him to go to the dinner. Shortly afterward, she leaves for the day. Later that day, Jack comes down from his room to meet David in the living room. They have a drink together. Jack calls his dad a selfish man and says he's happy that his father's marriage to his stepmom is over. David then tells Jack that he's never blamed him for his mother's death. The duo reminisces on how much they miss her. David then begs Jack to give him another chance to make everything right again, but Jack sleeps off before he could answer the question due to excess drinks he's had that night. The next morning, Jack waits at the compound's entrance for Maria. When she comes in, Jack begs her to spend the whole day with him since he will be going back the next day. He convinces her to take him to her apartment where they can be alone together. On getting to Maria's apartment, the duo engages in a slow, passionate romance. During their romance, Maria sobs, which makes Jack stop asking her what's wrong. She then reveals to Jack that she hasn't been honest about her son. Maria told Jack that she went looking for him about 5 years later. She gave birth to him just to be told that he died in an accident while playing outside. Jack feels sorry for Maria and sympathizes with her and tries to comfort her. Just then, they continue their romance. After Jack and Maria are done with their romance, Maria tells Jack she hasn't felt like this in a long time. She adds that she always breaks up with all of her past boyfriends that talk about marriage because of the fear of having children again. Jack tells her she can't continue like this. On getting home, David tells Jack that he has ordered a cab that will take Jack to the airport the following day. In his room, Jack looks at Maria's pictures before going to sleep. The next day, Jack and Maria say goodbye to each other while his father waits for him outside with the taxi. David wishes him a safe trip. He hugs Jack before he gets in the taxi and leaves. The next scene shows Maria paying a visit to her mother. Her mother weeps, but she goes over to comfort her. The movie ends with Maria smiling as she does the laundry and thinks of Jack and the romantic moments they had during their short time together. Thanks for watching, guys.